One time we were training at a larger hospital in Milwaukee, and there was a nurse that came up to us after the training, and she said that she believed she was in a domestic violence relationship. She began to tell us stories about how she had been in this marriage for over 50 years and how everything we were talking about. She was isolated. She experienced sexual violence under the guise of the Bible and submission and faith-based things, and how her children had witnessed this abuse, but she too had childhood trauma. She had witnessed violence within her own home. Most of the marriages and individuals she knew was going through the very same thing she did. So she really thought that was life. It's a total different situation than when you're dealing with younger victims who can move, who have little children. This is my home that I've been in. My home is paid off. These are my children. These are my grandchildren. By me stating that this happened to me, I may lose my family, my network, my faith network will all be linked to the fact that I told this story and told somebody that I was being abused. I could truly lose everything at 70 years old. And that's the difference. Many of them think start over. Start over how? With what? With whom?
Louise is an African-American domestic violence survivor in her early 70s who had extended every effort that she could to protect her family over the years. And part of what that meant was when they had financial hardship, when they had failed relationships, when they were down on their luck, for any better way to describe it, she would open her home. That was what she did, and that's where she came from. One of her children, her daughter, her eldest daughter, as a matter of fact, came back into the home, and she had suffered with dual diagnoses, mental health diagnoses, and she had children. And so Miss Louise would open up her home, and she really would extend herself and give what she could, caregiving responsibilities for her grandchildren. And what that looked like is incidents of verbal, emotional, and eventually physical threats. When it came too much for Miss Louise to deal with, she recognized that she needed to reach out for support. There was a lot of shame, a lot of blame, and some victim blaming that her daughter had perpetuated against her. Every parent wants to know that they did the best possible job as a parent to care for their children and their grandchildren in many cases. And so I think that sometimes older adult survivors that I've served, they may feel as though they did something wrong. They went wrong in some way, shape, or form. Why would the child that I've raised and given my very all and last to turn their hand to me, neglect me? There are so many layers, so much shame and guilt and hurt and unresolved trauma that's gone on for decades has never been addressed.
I think one of the things that has struck me providing domestic violence services to older adults is how much more complex the dynamics of the relationship are, because it's not the standard intimate partner violence. While that can be a source of domestic abuse in later life, it's really any trusting or caring relationship that's the source of that abuse. So sometimes it's the adult children, the adult grandchildren, and those roles can't be replaced. An intimate partner might be someone that comes in and out of that role in someone's life, but you can't replace your child or someone that you helped to raise, that you had all these hopes and dreams for.
Our attitudes towards masculinity in our society often involve ideas like stoicism, complete self-reliance, individualism, being the protector, not the protected. Loss of masculinity can cause feelings of shame.
Historically, people tend to see, when they hear elder abuse, they tend to think that it's this thing over here that is separate from domestic violence and sexual assault. And, it's just this unique thing that applies to older people, when in reality, it is quite often domestic violence that's been going on for a lifetime. And so when you have someone that's in that situation that maybe has been in an abusive relationship for 30, 40, 50 years, they're going to have different needs than a younger survivor. And advocates need to be prepared to work with people of every age who are coming through their doors, and they need to be ready to do that before the person comes to them.
The very first person I worked with as an advocate, happened to be an older victim. She was 65 years old, and this is a hard story. She had been beaten really severely, and this was 3 days afterwards, and it was the first day she could walk. And she had gone to legal services, and I had gotten called. I was a new legal advocate, and that was all about the fact that she had made a commitment when she married her husband. And it was a forever commitment, and it was a commitment that was sealed in spiritual ceremony. And she couldn't see any way to sever that relationship.
I think it's important to have an understanding of the diverse experiences that older adults have in their realities now. There's a growing population of older adults. People are living longer. And so it's never a one-size-fits-all kind of response. And so it's important to understand the person's reality as they see it and support them